I just got off this bus. It's raining and I'm in Ciudad Colon. I'm still in San Jose province, but I'm far enough away that I'm not really in San Jose. We went through some fields to get here. Actually, not that much closer to San Jose than, like, for example, Atenas. And what is in Ciudad Colon? I guess we're going to find out. El Pueblo y la Municipalidad de Mora. So it apparently maybe Mora is actually the name of the Canton. And Ciudad Colon is just a district or an area. Or else, crossing this rushing river, we're going to be in a different canton. I guess another thing we're going to find out. Well, totally unrelated. I wasn't expecting this, but that looks like there's container housing. And I'm a little bit confused because the animal of Ciudad Colon appears to be a badger or Wolverine. Not an animal I associate with Latin America. Well, so far Athens, Atenas doesn't seem to be a bad comparison. Although I don't know if this is quite as tourist and resort oriented or if this is more a commuter suburb. And of course I'm not even in the center of town yet. And there's this big old empty field here. A lot of trees here. I like that. Well, this looks like something. Mora Gobierno Local, which makes me think that this is a canton called Mora. And just a district or area called Ciudad Colon. I need to wipe off my lens again. And one thing I'm noticing already in comparison with San Rafael, where I was 2 days ago, notice there's just a lot more space here, so I do feel I'm like more out in the country. And they actually have a sink here, but it is, remember, it's your responsibility, or it's the responsibility of everybody to wash their hands. I drank that water. I hope it's potable. Guess we'll find out. Oh! And this is obviously in the past. These are, looks like a lot of these are COVID area regulations that currently, sometimes I do see people with masks, but in general, like most places, that has gone away, despite the general health consciousness and conscientiousness of Costa Ricans. So I turned and I'm walking back this way. There is actually something I might want to see outside of town. We'll find out. But actually I realized I need something to drink. And here, as in most places, we have the parish church and it's right next to the park. And it's a really nice church. I mean, look at that architecture, but if you're looking for like traditional Latin American parishes, this isn't it. This looks like 1970s or 1980s architecture. I mean, that looks like that could be a hi-fi audio video store in 1986. I mean that as a compliment. So, and in general, I think this area, especially as an affluent commuter suburb, is probably a little bit newer. I imagine it was, like many places here in the U.S., a farming town that became an affluent commuter suburb. That might actually be an older church before that one was built. I'm not sure though. So I'm in a little park slash passageway. Across there's a covered feria. Looks like they're selling Christmas stuff. And I just stopped here to eat. And it's a nice relaxing place. And of course it would be nicer if it wasn't raining, but you know, it is Costa Rica in early November, so this is actually a lot lighter than the rain could be. And I'm going to be continuing on my way back around the loop. So of course, if you're familiar with Kant and the Critique of Practical Reason, one of the first things he says is a goodwill alone is good without qualification. But here we have a challenge to that philosophical statement. As I said, this area is much more natural location once you've crossed out of the middle of town. So we're far from San Jose, and you can see that there. I think that's a coffee plantation. So we are surrounded by fields here, and that might come into play in a couple minutes because there is a natural location that I saw on a map, and I'm going to see if it's really there. Just walking along a gravel road like this, I could be in a lot of places, and This is why I came to Costa Rica. And last time it took me a while to realize I could get to places like this just by city buses. But now I know. And we'll see just how far I can get if I do have a nice little nature walk, or if it's going to be excruciatingly narrow and difficult. In which case I'll turn around. So the good news is the road is pretty quiet. A couple cars have passed me. Bad news is it is a bit of a hike, and it's a bit of an up and down, back and forth windy road, but you know, I'm walking through the rainforests. That's kind of to be expected. So this is a sign for bicyclists. Please maintain yourself to the right. Basically saying don't tack because there's cars coming from that way. Which as a cyclist is a big temptation, and why a lot of times I get off and walk. Not just because I'm lazy, but because I'm safe. Proceed with caution. Good advice in general. So one thing today, I was a little bit late leaving the house. It actually took me 2 hours from the time I left my house to the time I got here. There was big traffic, a lot of traffic. And from the map, I thought like, oh, I was basically just going to a suburb of San Jose, like going to Escazú. A little bit further than that. And so the thing is, by the time I walk this, get back to town, then take the bus to San Jose and then go back to where I live, it will be dark. But it's like, well, that's part of what I'm doing. Also, obviously, it's a rainy day, but I'd much rather be here than sitting in my apartment slowly going crazy. I mean, I like my apartment, but I can get cooped up there. So even though this is a little bit hard, I like it. No trucks beyond this point. So very quickly, I should come to what I was looking for. We'll find out if that's actually the case. We're crossing over a river. Oh boy. Okay. Don't throw your trash here. Maybe you're supposed to throw it there. This might be the vantage point I'm looking for. Or it might be right ahead. I will go up there and then I'll turn around and see if it's here. You can probably see we crossed a river. You might be able to hear that river rushing. So spoilers, I'm looking for something river related. Look like a trail? Let's assume this is a trail. Incidentally, when I was playing today's video, I was just planning to be a city view video, and looks like I am going to get some more natural footage, and I hope that accords with people's wishes. Well, from here, I can't really see a lot just yet. Maybe it's down another one of these little branching paths. Well, that didn't seem to be the way. There was actually a path that went down the hill, but that would be a risky thing to do right now. It was very sheer and muddy. So I'm going to go up here and see if there's a better view from there. And you can see there's water flowing down there. You can also see that's about as close as I want to get. That's dicey. Let's see if this has a different or better vantage point that I can access. I have persistent nightmares about what I'm doing right now, being on a cliff edge and losing my grip. I'm taking this very carefully. And I'm going to be a coward if I need to be. From here, it doesn't actually look that bad. I could probably get down and get up without too much problem. Over in that direction, you can see the water coming down. So that's what I came to see. And it continues to fall, so you have more stuff here. And you can see right now, it's really muddy. It's rained a lot, and we're in the rainforest, and it's eroding very richly developed soil, so there's a lot of mud. And at a different time, you know, when it's not raining and when it's gone down in what they call the summer, it could actually probably go down there and be like a cool place, and it would just be a trickle. But for today, that's as far as I'm going to go because I saw what I wanted to see, and I'm debating, should I get closer, get a better picture? No, that's not the most important thing, Matthew. Okay, turn around. Okay, I'm back on the road out, and the way back out should be easier than coming in. At least I know how far I'll have to go and stuff. And I found what I'm looking for, presumably. There was a sign that said Senderos de Rodeo, Senderos something up this way. And so I think there's actually hiking or bicycling trails further up. Might be an interesting thing to know about, but not today. So right there, that was the second part of the falls, the second and smaller part of the falls right there. So I was on the ledge there. Okay, continuing this way. I like water. So after that diversion, I'm back in the Ciudad Colon, and it's about 3:30 here. Kind of tired myself out doing that, so I'm probably about ready to just get on a bus and go back to San Jose. But we'll see if there's anything else I want to see. Walk around town. So a bus was pulling up, so I jumped on the bus because I didn't want to wait. So I'm going to see a little bit less than I thought I was going to see, but I already saw the center of town. Center of town. Now we're just on the highway that connects Ciudad Colon back to the main freeway. It seems to go on like this for a while. It is kind of a slow ride. Today I don't care. I'm doing okay. So we're on the freeway back to San Jose. Traffic gets pretty crowded on a Friday night. I just got off that bus in Terminal de Coca-Cola, or one of them. Not sure, much like Jack London Square, whether that's a real place or state of mind. Also not the place where I want to be too obvious of a video taker. Anyway, so today I didn't really know what I was going to see when I started out, and I saw some good things. I saw that small town, Ciudad Colon. I saw that waterfall. Then you could see, well, they're self-explanatory. Way back, traffic is really bad. So there's lots going on here, and a lot of times with these trips I don't know what I'm going to see until I see it. If that makes sense. So a little bit less coherent, but maybe more of a revelation. And time to go home. There will be more.